Every day you're in a negotiation, whether you realise it or not. When you pitch a client, that's a negotiation. When you talk to your boss about a raise, that's a negotiation. Even when you try to convince someone where you want to go for dinner, that's influence. That's a negotiation. But the problem is, most people lose before the conversation even starts. They talk way too much, they chase, and they try to convince. But real persuaders, they don't chase, they lead. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. These are 3 proven persuasion tactics that will let you influence anyone and win nearly every negotiation without being pushy or fake. No slimy tactics, no high pressure selling, just pure psychology that works, whether you're on a sales call, whether you're closing a deal, or negotiating your next move in life. And yes, I'll even give you the exact framework I use in high stakes sales conversations, the same one that's closed deals over 10k without pressure or hard closes. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I release 2 videos a week to help you build an income online. If you control the frame, you control the conversation. This is where 90% of people blow it. They enter a negotiation reactively. They answer questions, they defend their offer, and they let the other person lead. And when you're on the back foot, you've already lost. Framing is how you define what the conversation is about. It's the lens the other person views the interaction through. Let me show you what that looks like in real life. If someone asks, "Why is your price so high?" Well, they've already set the frame. You're now defending your value. But if you flip it by saying, "You're right, it's not cheap, but cheap doesn't solve real problems. So let's talk about what actually matters to you." And now you've reframed the conversation. You've shifted it away from cost and onto outcome. And now you're back in control because leaders frame and losers explain. And if you want to see a hilarious example of this in action, watch this clip.
The only type of witness I enjoy being is a hostile one. That's why I intend to answer every one of their questions with a question.
Now, obviously, you're not going to copy that in a sales call, but the principle is pure gold. You reframe so you're always leading and never on the defensive. It's not about being difficult, it's about holding the frame, because the person asking the questions controls the direction. The person answering, they're simply just following. So here's the psychological trick behind it. People instinctively defer to whoever sets the context. Why? Because in uncertain situations, humans follow the one who seems the most certain. It sounds simple, and that's because it is. And that is your edge, certainty. So next time you're negotiating, don't just react to the questions, reframe them. Reposition the conversation around your strengths. Lead with clarity, not apology. Because if they're defining the game, then they're winning it. If you want to influence someone, show them their future. Most people try to persuade by talking about features, facts, and logic. But logic doesn't sell, emotion does. And nothing creates emotion like imagining what happens next. This is where future pacing comes in. Future pacing is the art of pulling someone forward into a vision of what their life could be after they take action with you. Let me show you what that looks like in a real conversation. So instead of saying to someone, "This system helps you generate leads faster," you would say, "Picture this. It's Monday morning, you open your inbox and there's 3 new leads there already waiting for you. No cold DMs, no chasing, just people asking for your help." See the difference? It's not about features, it's about the feeling that comes with the result. And when people feel something, they act. Now, here's why that works on a psychological level. The human brain doesn't differentiate between vividly imagined events and reality. If you guide someone into a vivid future, they start to feel like it's actually real. They start to believe it, they start to want it, and they begin taking mental ownership of it before they've even said yes to you. That's the key here. When you future pace someone, you're not pushing them. You're pulling them into a version of their life that they didn't think was possible until you actually said it out loud. It's influence, but without the force. So the next time you're trying to persuade someone, whether you're selling, negotiating, or just trying to get someone to buy into your idea, don't lead with facts. Lead with vision, paint their future, make it vivid and make it specific. And most of all, make it emotional. Because the truth is, people don't buy the present. They buy the transformation. And future pacing is how you make that transformation real. Alright, this is the persuasion tactic that separates the rookies from the killers. It's called looping, and it's what allows you to close without sounding like a salesperson. Here's the mistake most people make in negotiations. They push once, they get resistance, and then they fold. But real persuaders, they don't push, they loop. When someone says, "I'm not sure it's the right time," the rookies panic and try to handle the objection. They usually end up talking way too much and they drown in their own pitch. But the pro, well, they smile and they say, "That makes sense. But let's say it was the right time. What would the next 3 months look like for you if we fix this right now?" Boom. Loop. You're not fighting the resistance, you're weaponizing it. You're using curiosity to diffuse pressure and pull them deeper into the real issue. Because the truth is, objections aren't blocks. They're invitations. Invitations to dig deeper, uncover the truth, and lead the person to clarity. And that's the game. You're not there to win the negotiation. You're there to lead the other person through their own confusion and their own resistance until the path forward becomes obvious to them. Looping lets you do that because with every loop, you're not defending, you're directing. You're not pushing, you're pacing and leading. And as the pressure starts to build, you don't match it, you lower it. That's called pressure diffusion. You slow your voice, you lean back, and you say things like, "Look, we don't have to rush this. I just want to help you make the right call for you." And just like that, the tension drops. Walls come down and you're back in control again. That's how I've closed deals over 10k without ever sounding salesy, pushy or desperate. Not by being slick, but by asking better questions, looping back to their pain, and never letting the pressure break the frame. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. Lead, don't chase. Loop, don't push. And diffuse rather than defend. Because that's how you influence people without needing to manipulate them. And that's how you win high stakes negotiations without ever sounding like a salesperson. Want the exact script that I use to do this on real calls? Well, I'm releasing it in my next video completely free. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out. I release 2 videos a week to help you build an income online. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.